Hello everyone. We are going to make a you know MySQL Python based a shopping mall app. Okay, which will have the basic requirements, which will fulfill the basic requirements like inventory management. Okay, billing management, and these are the two main parts we will focus in this video. And this video will cover all the aspects of Python MySQL connectivity, and as well as creating the database from the very back end. And we will be using all the DML, DCL commands to execute the results so that we can actually make the system working. So this is the text based version. Okay. In future version, maybe I'll include the Tikinter, the GUI app. Okay, so let's start coding, right? So we'll start make the the file. We'll name the file as as shopping. Suppose shopping mall dot py. All right. Now to do this, first and foremost, you need to open your terminal and you need to install one Python Python module that is called your MySQL connector dash Python. There are many others are there, but this is the one which I truly use and it works pretty fine. As you can see, it's already installed, so I don't need to install anymore. Just it shows me that the requirement is already satisfied. All right, and I will show one more thing. Maybe it's not within your syllabus, or maybe it's including your syllabus. That the usage of pandas. Okay, we'll install pandas because to see the result and the output of the from the database is always in the form of list of tuples. Okay, now list of tuples does not show the correct output, or you can say the way which we really want, right? So I'm going to install the pandas library as well as if we install pandas. Okay, I'm just showing you the commands. These are the commands which will install. Okay, you just run in this in your terminal, and this will install automatically the modules. My modules are already installed. As you can see, the requirements are already satisfied. So I'll just type clear. This will clear up the screen. Now, before I even begin the coding of this one, we need to understand that what are the things which we require for this making this app successful. So first thing is that we need to go to the MySQL database backend, and we need to create tables, database tables. First table will be inventory table, second table will be your billing table, and third table will be users table. Okay. Now inventory table, basically inventory means that all the goods as well as the number of quantities, how many the price of the goods. Okay. Manufacturer, then company, date of manufacturer, the date of expiry, and all of this will be there in the billing table. Now we'll proceed that step by step. Okay. First, I'll not be able to finish up the entire project in this single video. Then the video will be huge. Okay. So first step is that we will be focusing on the the inventory section, the inventory management system. Okay. So first and foremost, we'll first connect to my MySQL server, MySQL-u root-p. So I'll just enter the password. And the password is very simple: 1234. You can know. You can hack as you want. Okay. And then we'll make the we'll see that if any kind of database are present or not. So show the show databases. Yeah. So yes, supermarket I have already done. So let's make the database name as create database shopping mall. Shopping mall. Okay. Now you have to go inside the database. So use shopping mall. And here we need to create a data table. So create table, inventory. Within that, we need to create few things. First field will be your PID, means product ID. Product ID will contain the product ID of ID of each product, and that should be a number. That is why we are using the int, and it should be primary key because the product ID should be unique for everyone, and the product ID cannot be empty. Okay. and then you know we need to take the product names as p name, varchar. We'll take the maximum value 255, and we'll write not null because we'll make it mandatory to enter the product name. Because without not null, there, if you don't enter the product name, automatically what's going to happen is that a null entry will be there inside the database. Then manufacture date. So MK manufacture MFD manufacture date. So that will be date. Again, it will be not null. Yeah, there will be many logics will be there. Like you have to check that the manufacture date should be less than the expiry date, right? So we'll do that later. We'll do the more complicated checkings and those things later. But we'll first of all focus on creating the CRUD, create, read, update, delete functionality of our data of our text-based app, which is focusing on currently on the inventory system, right? Now then, expd expiry date, not null again. Yes, we can obviously change the table structure schema using the alter command. So it is not a problem. We'll deal with later if we are missing any kind of table fields. And then company name, obviously company name is required. Brand will be enough. Brand name Varcat 255 and not null again. Okay, this should be enough for this one. So okay, so we'll use the dsc command to check the database table. Okay, these are table structure. So based on table structure, we will be designing our inventory system. Now, so first, to basically use the module, you have to use import. So I'll just hide this one. This is not going to going anywhere. We are just hidden this one. So we'll be checking that one later. So import mysql.connector as p. Just a variable alias because we won't be able to write this one multiple times. We should make it short. Okay. So first step is that you have to connect to the database. So we'll write p. Then we'll write con as a variable. Con equal to p.connect. P.connect. We'll just first write host name. Host name is a local host. Host will write localhost. Localhost because local is basically my MySQL service installed on my computer, and there is a IP address for it. That IP address is 127.0.0.1. You can write that, or you can just write localhost. Okay, because there is a DNS in our computer. The domain name server stores the domain name of the IP address as localhost and the IP address as 127.0.0.1. Okay, so then we'll type the user. The default user is root, and password you have to remember that you have to write PSSWD, not the entire word password. Then within double quotes 1234. This is my system password. You can give your own password as you like. And then you have to mention the database name. My database name was shopping mall. Okay. Now our work is that we have to first check the connectivity to the database. To check the connectivity to the database, we have to first use the command as con dot is connected. Con dot is connected. Here we'll write print. It will show me that if it is really connected to a database with the credentials, these are the credentials which I have used. Okay, if all the credentials are correct, so then the system should throw me a result as connected to the database. So connected to the database. Else not connected. Let's try this one. So we'll include one. We'll increase one terminal. Okay, this terminal is running for MySQL and this is terminal for running the code. We'll type one shopping mall.py. Yeah, it's connected to database. Okay. So there are some syntax error, maybe it's what's happening. So let's focus on the coding part. Okay. So our database is this one. So we have to do what we have to make. We have to make the inventory section. Okay. For inventory section, we will make a module. Okay. We'll make a module. So we'll make the module as let's forget about the module. We'll just think about that how what are the different basic parts to execute our SQL queries into through our MySQL. We have to first make the database cursor. Okay, we have to first make the database cursor. Now to make the database cursor, we have to first focus on write cur equal to con dot cursor. This will create our database cursor. Database cursor is a data structure through which all of the database commands will be executed into the system of the MySQL server. Okay. Now it is not mandatory that we are going to use MySQL. There are many databases out there, MongoDB, Postgres, lot of things are there. So the basic concept is this for everyone. Okay. Now the first thing is that we have to first make four functions: def, insert. The first we have to make create function, create, then read function. I'm just making a template. Then we'll gradually do the coding part. Okay. Then create basically will insert data. This will insert data into the database, into the table. Okay. Read will show all the data present in the table. Update, create, read, update will update the relevant relevant data. Okay. And then def delete, as the name suggests, we'll delete the data as per the requirement. Okay. First we'll create, right? To create, we have to see the database one more time. So to database, what are the things we need to create? We need to create the product ID, product name, manufacturer date, then your expiry date and brand name, right? We have to insert the five fields. So we will tell the user that uh, PID will write int input, enter the product ID. Then we'll write p name equal to input, enter the product name. Then mfd input, enter the date of manufacture. In the form of YYMMDD. We'll just copy this one. EXPD, the date of expiry. Then brand, enter the brand name. All right, these are the four fields. These are five fields we're going to enter. Now we have to make the query. The code is insert into table name is what? Inventory. Okay, where I will mention the fields like PID, name, manufacture date, expiry date, and brand. Then we'll write values. Okay. Now since we are going to use the format function, we're going to just mention the five fields. Now you have to keep in mind that apart from the first one, PID, this will go to the PID. Rest are all strings, right? So you have to give a single quotes since this particular string is a query. It starts with double quotes and ends with double quotes. So we have to give single quotes to those curly braces which will be containing string dot format. Then we'll mention the following variables like PID, PName, manufacture date, expiry date, brand. All right. And then now we have to do a very important thing. The first thing is that we have to, uh, you know, apply a try catch. Try accepts block because if in case of any problem, this will be taken in consideration. Try, and then here we will be executing the query. Now for create, update, and delete, these are the queries which will be manipulating the data which is present inside the table, right? So these are DML, data manipulation language. So for any DML, we have to use the commit keyword. So the commit function will actually save the changes which we are giving to the system so that it will able to save it and confirm it that it is being saved to the system, right? So try. So we will use a try block, and over here we are going to execute the command. The cur is the cursor, so we'll write cur dot execute q. Will pass the query, and then we write con dot commit because through the connection we are going to save the data into database. So commit and then accept. Accept will say that in case of any problem, will show error error inserting data into the database. Now the problem is that we will first test this function. So we'll write the we write like this as create function. Just execute the create function, check it that it is working or not. So let's test it out. What is shows except uh, delete this one. Sometimes what happens is that this okay, see it interfered with the indentation. So it is better to not to use comments because it interferes. So whenever whatever you do, do not make it in do not it interferes with the system. Okay, let's test it one more time. The system to connect to database. I was asking for product. Product ID one. Product name suppose iPhone. Okay. Data manufacturer 2025 uh, 0909. Database based on data expiry, but data expiry in terms of product warranty. Maximum 3 years. 2028 0909. Brand name Apple. Okay, let's see that is it has been inserted in database system or not. So we can just give a query like that. We select star from inventory. Yes, through our SQL, the data has been inserted. Now our next step has starts read function. Now to do the read function, it is very simple. Just now again we'll remove this command because it will again cause me a huge trouble, huge headache for me. I don't want the headache anymore. So okay, so to read, we have to first, give a issue a command. The command is select asterisk from inventory, right? And then again, we're going to use a try catch so that our software is fault proof tolerance is a little bit better. So then we're going to execute the command as cur dot execute q. Now from the since the command has been executed to the system, we have to get it right. To get it, we are going to write. We are going to use a called fetch. There are three commands: fetch all, fetch many, and fetch one. And there's another command called row count. Row count means that how many rows have been counted, has been taken from the system. So we are going to write like this that data equal to dot fetch all and print data. Okay, and except then print error fetching the data from the database. Here as a spelling mistake is there. So test it. Let's remove this create function and just test it out. Read function. Read. Okay, let's execute the code again. Yes. Now it looks very ugly. To make it look a little bit better, we are going to use the pandas. So import pandas as PD, and then we're going to throw this data into data frame because it is a concept called data frame. Data frame is basically a table. It's a table format. Okay, data frame. So PD. So import pandas as PD. So PD means panda. PD dot data frame. Data frame within bracket data. We're going to pass it and print the df. Okay. So let's test it out one more time. Looks way better. Now our next step is that so this part is done. Now our next part is we'll do the delete first because I'm a little bit lazy. So the delete command won't take so much time, but the update command will take a lot of time because it will tell me to because there are so many things to update in the database. For example, think about it. So there are, you can accept the product ID, you can change product name, manufacturer date, expiry date, brand name. So there are four things that to work on. So we'll do that later. So first we'll focus on the delete function. So delete function basically if you pass the product ID, that particular row will be removed. Okay. So first we'll ask the user enter the product ID you want to delete. Enter the product ID you want to delete. Now again we are going to use a try catch. So first we have to form the query as delete from inventory where PID equal to within double quotes PID dot format PID. Okay, but in case that ID is not present, then definitely the try catch part will take the function. Suppose you have entered an ID which is not present in the database only, then there's an error. To handle that error, we are going to use a try catch block. So we're going to do that something like this as as cur dot execute the query, and then just write con dot commit so that the changes are saved. And in case that product ID is not present, then we'll show the error as error deleting the product. Check the yes I know. Check the product ID. All right. Yeah, let's test this one. There's only one product, so I don't think so there's really much to delete. So we have this one. What I'm typing. Okay, one. Okay, okay, is this deleted? Okay, I know it's deleted, but let's see from the system if it's deleted or not. I'm a little bit very lazy person as a person. So I'll type the command as a show. What is the issue? Let's close this one. Close the terminal and reopen the terminal one more time. Okay, max well you root dash b. All right. Uh, use shopping mall. Select asterisk from. It should show me empty. It's empty because it deleted. Now the final portion, update. Here we have to update 5 fields from the but based on the product ID. The first step is that the product ID should be valid. Otherwise, how will you able to change this one? Okay. Then we'll first make make a make a menu driven system. How to make the menu driven system work? The best way is that use a while loop, infinite while loop. So I'll just write while true. Okay, and then I'll tell the user. So then I'll to give a system to choice, right? Uh, Modern version of from Python 3.10, 3.10 includes match case. But since CBSE students don't have the part of match case, but it is included in junior sections, but not in the seniors part. So I'll not cover the match case part. But I would be very happy if I could have covered the match case portion. Let's see that if I can implement the match case. So n equal to, so I'll write choice equal to int input. Now for multi-line statements, we have to use triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Okay. Here we'll mention enter one, two. Okay. Now first and foremost, we will begin with that. We'll tell the user that okay, enter one to update product name slash n. New line. Enter two to update product. You know what? Product. Hey, very important thing I missed. Product price. So anyway, I'll fix it up very soon. Don't worry. Um, product name, product manufacturer date, date of manufacturer, date of manufacturer slash n. Enter three to update date of expiry. So I was thinking that what I'm missing. Enter four to update brand. Okay. Now then we'll tell the user to enter. Right. Now we have taken the choice, but very important one. Then we should accept that tell the user to enter the product ID. So PID equal to int input, enter the product ID. Now more or less the query is same for every category, right? Just the update, inventory, set, then if product name, so p name equal to the product name, where PID is the following ID. So this will be same for every command, right? So I'll make a empty, declare a empty query first. Okay, so enter the product, enter the product ID. Okay, now we'll declare a empty query. No, I'll declare the from this comments later. Okay, again this will cause me a trouble. I don't want the trouble. So the point is that we'll first tell the user that if choice equal to one, definitely product name. If choice equal to two, this will be your manufacture date. Elif choice equal to 3. This will be date of expiry update. Elif choice equal to 4. This will be update brand. And lastly, break. Break will stop the code from running, right? Now here also we have to apply try catch. Now every step we have to apply try catch, because without try catch this will be a huge difficult task for us. Because if any point of time any code doesn't run properly, then we have to this if when we are going to integrate all the functions together in a menu driven system, our app should not crash, right? So we'll apply try catch at the beginning, try, and we'll just do one thing is that we'll shift this indentation just one step ahead, and we'll write except error updating. Updating category product details. All right, now we'll issue the queries. Q equal to, then Q equal to first word. The first query should be um, delete update. Okay, so update inventory set. So it was product name, right? The product name, right? Product name, yeah. So product name equal to double quotes, where PID equal double quotes, okay, dot format, and here we'll pass the product name. Oh, good. I didn't take the product name only, so I have to pass the product name first. So here we have to define pname equal to input, enter the product name. Okay, so here the product name is done. Now we'll do the same thing over and over again, because it's just the same thing, just just tiring work of just replacing each past sentence, past statement. This one. Okay, now product name. This one will be your date of manufacture. So here we obviously have taken this one. So I'll be just copying this entire line. Okay, and place it over here and make it MFD because manufacture date. Yes, obviously you have to just within it should be the double single quotes because the string, right? So okay, now then what? Then we have expiry date, right? Expiry date, EXPD. Again, this will be in single quotes. And this will be your MFD, and this will be your EXPD. All right, and then finally brand name, brand name, brand name. So here name. Okay. Now I think the try catch should be not here. Yeah, because we're not committing anything. We're not committing anything. Can just shift it a little bit back. So um, just a second. We should be indenting back. So we should indent back, right? One step back. So let's see this entire one, and automate should be shift tab. Okay. Okay, one tab. Okay, now as a very endpoint, here I think the code, yeah. Here I should enable the try catch block over here. Okay, so write try. Okay, so first step is that if q is q dot length, okay, length, acha, break though. So we'll just do the break of the loop. Okay, Once a loop breaks, so okay, so we'll write the query should be empty. When if the else part hits, so the query should be empty. So if the query is empty, the length of queue should be zero, right? The length of queue should be zero. If the length of queue is zero, then we are going to show that um, you know, wrong option selected. And if that point is not executed, then definitely we're going to write we're going to code as uh, execute the code as this one as will display that will update the code, right? So we should write cur dot execute queue. Okay, the query is being updated to the database, and then we should be able to commit the con dot commit. Okay, con dot commit, and then after con dot commit we will go to the except part, and if there's any error happening over there, we're going to write print error updating the product details. Let's test this one. Now before we even test it, we have to now our time has come to integrate all of this together, right? So we'll define a main function. We'll define as inventory in IVMS. IVMS stands for inventory management system. Inventory management system. So we'll again do the same logic as while loop. True. We'll define choice int input. Okay, obviously we will be writing multiple paragraphs, so multi-line. We will write as enter one to add to show product details, to show all products, all products. Then enter two to add product, enter three to update product, and finally enter four to delete product, enter five to exit IVMS. Okay. Now just a point of just choosing the correct one. So choice equal to one. So first you are going to show the products, right? So show the product is read function. You want to execute the read function. That's it. Else if then what we have our add product. So ch equal to so add product is create. Okay. And if choice equal to three, choice three is to update. So we'll call the update function. This coding is a little bit long, but it's worth it. We are just designing the IV this inventory management system. Then we have to do the billing, then we have to create the user management system, and then billing. Yes, so we have missed few things like quantity. Quantity will be the part of the billing process, but here I have missed a very important part. What is that part? Price. We have to include the price of the product, so it is very crucial to the inventory system. So we'll add it. So elif will add the what delete, right? We'll call the delete function over here delete. So it's equal to 3 4. So the delete, and finally else we'll write print exiting the IVMS and then break. Now we'll call the main function at the bottom list. Now it's a point of truth. Okay. All of the hard work now meets here. Now, buy shopping mall dot. What is error? Forgotten to close any bracket. Probably. Excellent. Line number 77. LVMS. Okay, I've forgotten the with the parenthesis. Okay, now run this one. Okay, let's show all products. Probably will not show anything because it's empty. We'll fix this one. Add product. One product name Galaxy S25. Manufacturer 2000. Just give a random date should work. This testing part. 2028. 1 year warranty. So max year 2027. Brand name Samsung. Okay. Now Samsung entered. Let's enter one more. So Prota 2. Okay. iPhone 70. Right. Then we'll enter the data. Suppose as 2025 909 and maximum 2 years warranty 2027 0909. Okay. Brand Apple. Test. Okay, showing me everything. Now we have checked the delete function is working. The update function. Product update the product name. So product ID 1. Product name as Samsung Galaxy. Okay, Galaxy S25 Ultra. Okay. Now let's check the now press 5. Press 7 will out. We have to fix this one because the menu entry system is not working correct. Let's check it out one more time. Um, 5. Okay, showing me some error is there. So press 1 to delete. Okay. So update function is working correctly. So we have to fix this issue where every choice is asking me. So 5 should have exited the system, right? But did not because break keyword should stop it as soon as I enter option 5. Okay, I'll just mention over it. Enter 5 to exit the update menu. All right, this should fix a problem. And let's check one more time. Okay, okay, the update menu. Okay, here 5. Then also it's asking me, and then it's definitely an issue is there. It should not happen like this. Okay, let me just check where is the issue. Mm. Now I should ask the product ID first, right? At the beginning. Okay, 5. Enter any other number to exit. Product enter the product ID. You want product ID to update product details. Okay. Now so everything is working correctly, right? Is it outside the loop? No, it's inside. Let's test it out one more time. Okay. Galaxy Flip. Then showing me. There's a definitely an error is there. Okay, let's fix this error. I think that whenever we are going to ask for any kind of product ID of anything sort of that, product ID should be entered just once. It shouldn't be entered multiple times. When we are exiting out from the system, product ID should be asked at least just once, and then the menu begins. Then we should should fix the problem, menu problem. Okay, so update product ID. Okay, one. So see, over here when you are pressing suppose 3, so 2020 2029 09 09. Okay, it's getting updated. Press 5 to exit. It's coming out from the main menu. Now it's working correctly. Now then we should tell that the system user that there is a main menu, right? Otherwise, it will difficult for everyone. It's a main menu. Welcome to the IBMS system. And here we'll just write intent to exit to the main menu. To the main menu. This will be a proper grammar. Okay. Let's do it one more time because it's fun to do coding. We are 10% is coding, 90% is debugging. Okay. And database IBMS system. Update. One. Suppose I don't want to update anyone. Right. Yes, it's now working for now. Everything is working correctly, right? Now this what the entire video is all about. Now my next video will be about the rest of the part where we'll be adding the uh, you know the billing and the user management system and everything else. So this video is about this one. So next video will be billing system. We'll upload very soon.